Let me bring this down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so in the beginning, what we're going to do is just we're going to stand up and don't have a lot of tension in your knees, and we're going to have our arms at our side, and we're just going to have our arms going off my hip. We're just going to have our arms turning our waist, and all of this is gentle. All of this is easy. We're not going to do anything aggressive. And when you're doing this, you want to tap your kidneys back here with the back of your hand, just a little percussion. We call this kidney percussion. Kidneys are a very important organ. The urogenital system is an incredibly important part of our whole body system, and having that, and by this little tap with the back of my hand on my kidney, I'm stimulating my kidney, giving it a little attention. One other thing I want to bring your attention to is we always breathe through our nose in Tai Chi. Never breathe. I mean, if you get overwinded, you can breathe through your mouth. The reason we breathe through our nose is, as you know, you've got in your nose nostrils, you've got these little hairs, cilia. They act as an additional filter for stuff that's coming into our lungs. So by breathing through our nose, we are filtering, having at least another little filter with that cilia, getting little particles and stuffs that hopefully don't reach our lungs. The other thing we do is we put our tongue at the top of our palate, just behind our front teeth. There's a long explanation as to why we do that, but it deals with the flow of qi in our body, which is the life force. And again, I don't want to get too much into traditional Chinese medicine and the dantian, where the qi is made and all of that, but that's just an important part. But I do want to bring your attention to when you have the tongue at the top of your palate and you are breathing through your nose, you will notice just the creation of extra saliva in your mouth. It doesn't happen to everybody, but generally you'll notice you'll have a little more spit in your mouth. Well, swallow that spit. There was a medical study of the content of that spit in your mouth. It is loaded with T cells. So your saliva glands are pushing out T cells, which you're then distributing by swallowing into your stomach and into your body. And again, your T cells are your warrior cells. Now we're going to take our arms and we're just going to go up on our shoulder with the front of our hand on our shoulder. It's a little bit of a shoulder. Just this easy. And we're trying to get a little tap on our shoulder, particularly all those muscles that hold our neck up. We have a tendency to have our shoulders up high and everything's all tense, particularly at the end of the day, Tracy, right? You know, we're just coming home we're just trying to loosen those up, just loosen those shoulders. Okay, so that's the sort of the first little warm up that we do. We're just kind of getting our middle area loosened up. And now what we're going to do is what's called the 8 pieces of brocade, or the 8 precious exercises. In between each exercise, we do what is called a clearing. At the beginning of the 8 pieces of brocade, we do 3 clearings. And at the end of the 8 pieces of brocade, we do 3 clearings. And by the way, the Chinese have one of the beautiful things about the Chinese culture is they call it 8 pieces of brocade, or the 8 precious, single whip, and they have all these great part wild horse's mane, all these, the names of each posture has a name that's just very precious. And 8 pieces of brocade, you know what brocade is on a suit or a military. So we'll do the clearing, and when we do the clearing, we're going to the first one we're going to do it for our mind and just think about relaxing our mind. Next for our body, and the next for our spirit, soul, mind, body, and spirit. So we put our hands in front of us. We bend our knees. Inhale. We come down. Find for our body. And our spirit. So the first exercise, we put our hands, our feet, our heels are kind of like this. It's hard to kind of see my heels, but we're not wide open. We're not tight. We're just kind of comfortable with our feet. Our hands are in front of us. My knees are relaxed. I bend my knees a little, and my hands are going to rotate and go up to the sky, and then they're going to come down. Breathing as I open up, exhaling as I compress. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing and moving. That's all we're doing. We're alive. All easy, all gentle. Don't push anything. This is not high impact aerobics. This is gentle on our bodies. And last one. Inhale and exhale. We'll do one clearing. Inhale and exhale. And one other thought, depending upon where you are with yoga and with other traditional Indian modalities, one thing you can conceive of is just clearing your chakras from your top of your head. In yoga, you have the chakras. You can just, this is a great clearing of the negative energy. Just as you're doing this clearing, just let that negative energy, all that stuff that's just been building up all day, just let it go. And I bring in Native American culture, just give it to Mother Earth. Mother Earth can take all of this crap we've had all day long. Now we're just going to just get rid of it. It's not doing any good in your body. It's not doing any good in your head. Just let it go. Next exercise is we're going to put our left, for men, the left hand is on the top, right hand is on the bottom. For women, it's a long reason as to why this is. Right hand is on the top, left is on the bottom. And our thumbs are opposed. Our shoulders are relaxed, our elbows are relaxed. We're going to turn our head to the left and our eyeballs to the left. We're actually exercising our eyeballs, and we're going to exhale and come back to the center. To the right. Breathing through our nose, tongue at the top of our palate. We're actually exercising our eyeballs off to the right with those eyeballs. Whoever exercises their eyeballs. And last one to the right. And a clearing. Next exercise, we're going to open up our legs a little bit, not horse stance, but just sort of about shoulder width. And we're going to roll over one vertebra at a time and go down to our toes. And we're going to bend our knees if we need to touch our toes. Come up, inhale, and exhale. And again, don't push this. Inhale coming up as we're expanding, and exhale. Breathing through our nose. And last one. And we do the clearing. Inhale. And exhale. Next exercise, we're going to put our left hand over our right part of our chest. The right hand goes here. It's out on the outside. We have a little bend in our knees, and our left hand is going to go to the sky, and our right hand is going to go to the earth. This is a cross lateral stretch. You should feel, a cross lateral stretch across your back. Now the right hand comes inside, and it's going to go to the sky. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, coordinating that breathing. When you're expanding out, you're breathing. When you're contracting, you're exhaling. Breathing is such an important part of yoga, such an important part of Tai Chi, and such an important part of life. We have a tendency to take such short, shallow breaths in the West. We don't fill up our lung capacity and bring all of that oxygen in and then expel all of the old air. Breathe way high up here. By the way, this 8 precious or 8 pieces of brocade takes about 10 minutes a day. So you can't find 10 minutes. I'm taking a little longer because I'm explaining stuff, but it's about a 10-minute process. And last one to the right. Clearing. The next exercise is we're going to do what we call our horse stance, which is double shoulder width, kind of like you're riding a horse, and sinking into those thighs, bending the knees. You're going to take your left arm, you're going to have it out, and that left index finger is going to be up. You're going to turn your waist to the left. It's important to get that waist around. There's a tendency not to. And you're going to inhale when you pull the bowstring across your chest, just like you're an archer, pulling the bowstring. Now compress the energy between your hands. Keep those elbows dropped. Now turn to the right. Right index finger out. Pull the bowstring across that chest. Inhaling. Exhaling. Elbows dropped. Shoulders relaxed now. Waist to the left. And last one to the right. All right. Clary, inhale. And exhale. Next exercise, we're going to hang over our pelvis, our little bit horse stance, a little bit more of a wide open stance. We're going to have our shoulders and arms relaxed, and we're going to rock to the left, and we're going to come back around to the right, and we're rocking on our pelvis. That's our center of gravity in Tai Chi. Rocking to the right, coming around to the left. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keep those arms rocked and relaxed. And last one to the right, coming around to our left. Whew. It's always a big one when you're moving this area here. Clary, inhale. Now, I told you this is the 8 pieces of brocade, but I've amended it to a little addendum because there's an exercise a silk ribbon exercise that I think is so important, and it's for the knees. We'll pull this down just a little so you can see. And so we're going to put our right foot forward. Our left foot's going to be at a 45-degree angle. We're going to take our right knee, and we're going to massage it clockwise. And we're going to use our hands to just loosen up the ligaments and the tendons that hold our knees in. We walk on concrete all day. Thousands of years ago, humans never walked on concrete. They walked on dirt and grass. Maybe they walked on some rocks, but generally they didn't have the abuse. And so just loosening our knees up, I've just add this because I think it's so important. It's all easy. Now we're going to reverse and go counterclockwise. Or as my friend David Llewellyn from England says, anti-clockwise. I never knew that until David joined us. Just easy, gentle massage. This is all self-massage, bringing blood to those tendons and ligaments and loosening those muscles up. Okay, now we're going to put our left leg in and do the same thing, clockwise. And I just add this. I get out of bed in the morning, and this is the very first thing I do before I start. I just get out of bed. Actually, that's not true. I start my hot water from my green tea, and then I do this just to make sure I loosen up. Now reverse, go counterclockwise. You'll see when we're done with the 8 pieces of brocade that we will have exercised all the muscle groups in our body and loosened everything up. Okay, now we're going to put our legs together, a little bit of a squat, and we're going to go clockwise. And here we're getting a little ankle rotation as well as massaging our knees. Now reverse direction, go clockwise. Counterclockwise. Remember where I am. Okay, now we're going to open our legs up. I call this the Tai Chi Charleston. We're going to go in and out. More rotation in our ankles and our legs. And reverse direction and go out and come in. Okay. Now we're going to stand on our left foot and we're just going to shake out our right foot. Just kind of shake it out. Just we're loose from our hip all the way down. We're just shaking it out. Now we're going to stand on our right foot. We're going to shake out our left foot. All right. Again, that's not one of the 8 pieces of brocade. It's the little addition that I've added because I think it's such a great, important one for our knees. Clearing. The next exercise, we're gonna take our hands and we're gonna go up on our toes. Our hands are gonna rotate up like this and then drop, literally drop. And this exercise, we are actually exercising our internal organs, our spleen, our lungs, our gallbladder, everything's bouncing inside. We're bouncing our organs. And when do you ever exercise your internal organs as well as your muscles? This is also a really good one. You got some stuff that's negative, that's living in your head. Just let it go. Just take it up there and drop it. Again, I use all sorts of different customs, Native American, yoga, Indian. I love dropping all my negative stuff into Mother Earth. I just get rid of it. You know, she's strong. She sure can handle it. And one more. All right. Clearing. And the last exercise, we're going to go horse stance, above shoulder width horse stance, kind of like, and we're going to have our hands in front of us. We're going to take our hands, they're going to go in front of us up to the sky. We're going to open up. This is a big move. Our heart chakra is opening way up here. We're going to go down to the river. We're going to scoop up the water, bring the water up to our lips, and exhale. Inhale. And only go down as far as your knees and your back will take you. There's nothing to prove here. Opening up, inhale, big inhale, fill those lungs. Now we're compressing, exhale as we go down to the river. Inhale as we come up, and exhale. Coordinating that breathing, opening up, big breath. Down to the river to scoop up the water. Inhale and exhale. Also, anytime you're opening your heart chakra up like this can feel very vulnerable, and that's, it can be a little unsettling, but that's, vulnerability and opening your heart chakra and bringing that air into your lungs is so vital. And last one. All right. Now we'll do this clearing 3 times for our mind, body, and spirit. All right. So I want to do 2 more exercises, and then we'll, I guess Tracy said your class ends at 7, and we'll leave it just a few minutes for questions or any other comments that people want to make. But we in the Gilda's Club, we've added 2 other exercises that we feel are really important because of COVID, trying to keep our immune system as strong as possible. So at least if we do, we're vaccinated now and moving further on, I'm fully vaccinated. But I still think it's important to keep our immune system. We can still get the virus even with the vaccination. It just means we don't die or end up in the hospital. But but if our immune system is strong, and you know, the single most major point of entry is through our nose. So keeping that mask over that nose comes in, grows in our sinus system, drops down into our lungs, and then once it gets into our lungs, it's deep in our body. That's when the crap really happens. I mean, that's where the bad, because once it's deep, if you can just get rid of it, or at least minimize it up here, but it works its way. The virus works its way down. So the exercise we're going to do is horse stance. This is we call the thymus thump. This is a silk reeling Qigong exercise that activates the thymus. We're going to hold our arms out to either side, and with our right hand, we're going to come, and our right thumb, we're going to do 3 little bumps in that deliciously tender place that I mentioned in our thymus gland. 1. And this is just a gentle little bump. Just all we're doing is just tapping, is telling that thymus gland, you know, we're just giving it a little bit of energy. Do this 7 times. 4, 5, 6. Last one with the right hand. Now the left hand, 3 little taps right on that little acupuncture point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and last one on the left. Now just gently lower your hands, and we'll do 1 clearing here. And the last exercise I want to do is one that increases the capacity and stimulates and exercises your lungs. In Tai Chi, the fundamental posture for Tai Chi is what's called the Bose Stance. So we're going to take our right foot and we're going to put it, let's see if I can get this down. No, we're going to put our right foot straight out, and our left foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be, it's a 45-degree angle. And we're not wide open. We're not tight, just comfortable with our feet. The Bose Stance is a component of every single posture in the form. So with our right foot is forward, our left foot is at a 45-degree angle, and 70% of the weight is on our right foot, and 30 is on our left foot. And then the other important thing is our hips are facing straight north. I mean, assuming this is north, so straight forward. If you notice, if you take your hips and you have your belly button facing straight forward, and you just shift your hips to the left, it takes the tension out. Your body does not like to work. It cheats. So it's gonna try and trick you into shifting your belly button, your hips this way versus this way, because this is where your thigh is getting the exercise. You're weighted properly. 70% of your weight is on your right foot, 30 is on your left. And from our belly button, just below our belly button, is what we call our dantian, which is where our potbelly stove is that makes our qi in traditional Chinese medicine. But if you don't believe that, it is your center of gravity. So you're rooted. Everything above your dantian is 2 inches below your belly button and 3 inches in. Everything below that is rooted and firm. Everything above that is loose. You're just all relaxed from your up here. Arms are relaxed, shoulders. You know, there's this tendency to raise our shoulders. So in this exercise, 70% of the weight's on the right. Hips are facing straight forward, belly button's forward. And we're going to take our arms and we're going to take them up. We're going to open them up just like we did before, wide. And then we're going to lean forward. Now, all the weight's now, 70% is on the left foot. We've gone back. And then we're going to come forward and drop it. And just let our arms drop. Bring the arms up. And drop it. Bring the arms up. And drop it. You're expanding your chest capacity, your chest cavity, opening all that up. And one more. Okay, now we're going to put our left foot in, forward. It's going to be facing straight. Right foot's at a 45-degree angle, not too wide, not too tight, so where you're comfortable. Again, those hips. The hips here are going to pull to the right. If you pull your hips to the right, that's easier. Your body's going to try and move you over that way because it's looking for path of least resistance. It doesn't like to exercise. Get those hips forward. Arms are down, 70% of the weight's on the right. Now the weight comes all the way back to the, on the left to the right. Now it goes to the left. Sorry, I had all the way up. Drop. 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 And one more. Okay, and we'll do one clearing.